Good afternoon, everybody. This is Jean Ketchum, and I am really excited to talk to our next guest. She's a friend of mine, and she is a fabulous person. I can't say enough good things about her. And her name is Teresa Thomas. So welcome to our show, Teresa.
Thank you, Jean. I'm glad to be back.
I know it. We interviewed you a couple of months ago, and it was such a great interview, full of lots of good energy and everything, and I just loved it. I just went back and replayed it on my YouTube channel, and I just enjoyed it again so much. So I'm really glad you're back. And as I told you the other day, Teresa, I'm really interviewing people along the way after this virus has hit us to see how they're doing. And I know you have a company called 50 Fun Things. And we talked about that before, and you've written a book and just all kinds of wonderful things that I want you to talk about. But I really want to know, back then, of course, we were talking about, you were going all over the world almost, giving speeches and doing, having workshops and all kinds of things. And of course, that's all come to a halt, as it has for so many of us. But I really want to know how you're doing and how are you handling this whole virus thing with your wonderful company and the things that you were doing that are now you can't do. But so how are you handling all this, Teresa?
Yeah, thanks for asking. I think I'm handling it like a lot of people are, where I've gone through several phases. At first, it was just, I couldn't even imagine what was next because almost everything I was doing was in person.
Right.
And I had imagined that my career direction was going to be more about increasing my impact and doing work with more people around the world. I thought that was going to be through travel. But I've had to make some really major adjustments like everybody. And the way that it's playing out now is everything I'm doing is online. So it's all learning new ways of getting information out, new ways of connecting. And so basically I just keep trying things and staying in my wheelhouse, staying in that place of bringing great people together to lift each other up to have the lives they want. But having to reimagine how that works, or seeing how things that were in person, how they can be reshaped and still have the same results, but online. So it's a lot of trying new things, and I'll be happy to share some of those things I've been trying.
Yes, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but tell everybody just a little short cap of what 50 Fun Things is. And just so we can remind everybody about that. And then I'd like for you to go into how you are changing your business and how you're dealing with all this with your company.
Great. Yeah, I'll give a really short overview, but basically 50 Fun Things was born to help give more hope and joy and looking forward and feeling more connected in my own life. And then I started getting asked to do this for other people and doing workshops and writing and helping other people to think big, be playful, imagine what they want their lives to be like. I'm finding that this is actually really good timing for the topic. Maybe fun isn't the top word on everybody's minds, but people are finding that they need reminders of how they can have foster those really good, strong connections in their life, even when they can't see each other in person. Also, imagining how they want their life to feel when it's not going as planned. So it's lighthearted and it's playful. It's still fulfilling the same purpose of getting people to imagine how they want their lives to look. And I feel like maybe it's even more relevant right now.
Well, I think so too, Teresa. I mean, I think it's because everybody is trying so hard to wrap their mind around this, and we have to keep each other positive and up. And 50 Fun Things, I mean, that just kind of gives me the chills because it's such a great title now, because it's, whether you think of fun things or I don't know, it's just a fun title to think about. And yes, we do have to find fun things or positive things or, stuff that we want to do, even if it is around the house or talking to each other. But it's such an appropriate time for this. So what's happening what else is happening?
Yeah, so what I've been doing is I started out right away doing Facebook Lives. So I was doing, I would just hop on once a week and I'd say, okay, this week the theme is, and it was always 50 fun things. So I had 50 fun things to do when you're cooped up inside. And then I facilitated a group think process where the people that were on the Facebook Lives could contribute ideas, and then I pulled them together and put them on the blog for 50 Fun Things as a way to inspire great ideas, not just from the group and for each other, but then to get that out into the world. Like, what am I supposed to do now that I'm stuck inside? And then I did one for 50 fun things to do to keep your body happy. Like when we're not able to go, out to a gym or play tennis or the things that people maybe used to do, kind of reimagining that. And 50 fun things to be more playful, 50 fun things to make your home a haven. And what I've loved about that is it's really helped me to partner with some new people as well. So I had somebody who is a home stager and designer. She helped me with the 50 fun things for making your home a haven. And then that opens up possibilities. So what's happening in all of this is not just a reframing, but there's also some new possibilities opening up because we're forced to think in new ways, right? At least that's what I'm finding. So Facebook Lives, that was the first thing I dove into, and I loved it. Then, of course, I knew that I needed to learn Zoom. And I started doing, right away, I started doing a weekly, what I call a happier hour. So the idea is that you leave happier at the end of the happier hour than when you came in. And we simply share joys that we're experiencing or little things that we're looking forward to. I've started inviting guests to many of the happier hours. Today we're doing one on travel dreams. So maybe we can't actually travel somewhere right now, but where is a place that we would love to, And so we kind of have those virtual vacations that we can share by talking with each other. And let's see, other things I've been doing are I'm starting to get asked to do private sessions as client appreciation.
I love that.
Team engagement. What did you say?
I said, I love that.
Isn't that great? Yeah, and so what's happening is people are approaching me and saying, okay, I want to stay connected with my team or my clients, and can you do a 50 fun things for them? And that they're able to gift it and support the people that they serve or bring their team together, and then I facilitate a session for them. And so it's kind of a new business opportunity that I really feel will have legs once the word gets out. So I remind myself that in the midst of everything seeming like it's going wrong, there are some things that are going right. And much like the 50 fun things tool is looking for those clues. What things are in the flow? What things fit for my personality? What things fit for how I want to feel about my life and the work I want to do in the world? So that's a big part of how I'm pivoting.
So, gosh, I love what you're saying. And this is what I think is happening to all of us, is I think we're finding different ways to operate our business. And in the long run, Teresa, I think for a lot of us, it is going to be for the better. I mean, this is the way it is anyway, so we have to deal with it. But I think we're getting a lot of positive feedback from that. So tell us some of the 50 fun things people have come up with by being in their house.
Okay. Yeah, well, people are finding new ways to connect with each other. They're expressing gratitude and reaching out to people who've made a difference in their life. Really being more intentional about their connections, trying things in new ways. I really encourage people to go to the blog, because all of those lives that I did, I pulled together into lists. And one of the things
where can we find your blog?
You can go, I don't know if you can read this, but 50funthings.com, and then at the top it'll just have blog, and then I just post the list. And one of the things that I'm learning is I'm usually a little bit of a perfectionist when I write. I want it to look a certain way and read a certain way. But what the pandemic is teaching me is that there's certain things that need to get out in the world and they cannot wait for perfection. So when you go and look at my blog, my recent posts are not stellar writing. It's basically, here's what I did, here's the list that was generated, getting it out into the world in hopes that those ideas will be helpful for other people, and versus just sitting in my head hoping, making the perfect list. So so lots of fun ideas, and people are getting more playful, and people are getting less worried what the neighbors think, because we've had people talk about dancing in their backyard or hula hooping, or working out at to an online fitness Zumba or something.
Oh, and, I love that.
And people might walk by and see you dancing in a house, but people are just kind of living for the moment more now.
I think so too. And I was just going to say, aren't you just kind of like so surprised what people come up with?
Oh yeah.
That you would maybe never think about. I mean, I think it's very unusual. What
people are trying new things. I know a couple people that are now trying comedy. So somebody that she started out as a colleague and she became a friend of mine, and she's going through cancer treatments during the coronavirus. So she started an online comedy show about what that's like, and it's a way.
Did you say she has the coronavirus?
No. She just means like during.
Oh, okay.
No. Oh, wow. That would be awful. No. Okay. Thank goodness for that. But she's like, people are getting creative about, I've always wanted to do this, and maybe this is the time that I try bringing more of me out. And so that's an example. And that person just happens to be, it's Jacqueline Fletcher of Heartwood Healing, and she happens to be a resiliency expert. And something I'm hearing from her and another resiliency expert I know, and a couple therapists, are that the reason 50 Fun Things has been making such a big difference for people is because we're not so tied to the outcomes. When you think in terms of 50, you become more lighthearted and playful and less tied to it has to turn out a certain way.
Right.
More of like, you know what, let's try it. If I like it, I like it. And if I don't, I don't. And it opens up something about like, how do you want to feel? How do you want to step outside your comfort zone?
Right.
How do you want to feel more grateful versus you have to have.
Well, now, are you going to write another book about this girl?
Who knows? Maybe I will. Right now, I'm just really enjoying the blogs and the online sessions, but there's a lot of material coming together. Oh, you know what I really want to do? When you asked about writing a book, I do want to write a book. I want to write many books, and I want to do it in a collaborative way. So as I was mentioning how I've been able to customize those 50 Fun Things sessions, I want to collaborate with experts. So for example, I did a couple sessions with the Diversity Institute on 50 Fun Things to be more inclusive. I've done one for 50 Fun Things to re-engage your team. To partner with experts and then have like a chicken soup series where it's 50 fun things for this, 50 fun things for that. And the expert and I bring the ideas together and into a little book of 50 ideas that people can take action on. Oh,
I love that, Teresa. I love that idea. Okay, so when is your happy hour on Fridays?
It's every Friday from 4 until 5 Central Standard Time. And I made sure to say the Central Standard Time because we're starting to get people from beyond the Twin Cities, which is really fun.
Yeah.
And so
and how do they get on it? How do they?
Do
they have to be invited?
No, if you go to the 50funthings.com, there's also an event calendar. And so it's free. There's no charge. And you RSVP, and then you'll get a Zoom link. We don't just put the Zoom link out there just because we want to make sure that it's not hackers or anything like that. So RSVP, then you'll get the Zoom link. And then what we do, which is really fun, is we ask you to bring a fun beverage. It doesn't have to be alcohol. It can be whatever you want that you think is fun. And then we ask that you put it in a fun drinking vessel so that maybe it has a story behind it. So people like to share what they brought, and that gets us connecting as well.
Yeah, that's fun. Well, how fun. Well, I'm so excited for you, Teresa, because I know this was it was a hard hit for you because you already had speaking engagements set up, and wow, I mean, I really did think about you a lot, and I'm so happy to hear that you're coming out of this, as we all are. You know, we don't have any other choice, but I think we're coming out of this better, and we still have to be careful. We have to still be careful. But is there anything else you want to tell us?
Oh, yeah, lots. One of the things I set as an intention, don't worry, I won't go on and on. One of the things I set as an intention is I love doing these interviews and connecting with great people like you. And so just voice it. Like I happened to be talking to you a couple weeks ago, and it's like, oh, I just love doing that interview with you. And you're like, oh, hey, how about if I have you on about what you're doing differently? Like, yes. Right. So that's part of 50 Fun Things too, is if you have an idea that you want to do, something you want to feel, you need to express it, because when you express it, then people can step up and it can happen.
Right. I know. That is so, so true. Well, I love doing these interviews with people like you, because it gets me all excited too, and it gets me really, I love hearing about other people, and I've had quite a few good interviews lately, as I told you, of people that have their lives have really changed because of this, but they're very positive and they're getting along, and things are just getting better for them, just like they are for you. So I think you're on the right track, my dear. Sure sounds exciting to me. So we will, hold up your little book.
Oh, yeah, here's the little book. It's so cute. Yeah. The 50 Fun Things, Enjoy the Small Things. And it's just got 50 very simple pick-me-up ideas to turn your day around, with an action step and a reflection. And people are enjoying these for themselves, but they also make really great gifts, especially with graduation and that type of thing. So this is the book I can imagine becoming a series of books.
Yes, I think it's great. It would have been great for Mother's Day too, but I guess that's on Sundays. So
oh yeah, that's coming up.
Did they order it through Amazon? The book?
This one is too little to be on Amazon with the books anyway. But you can get it on the. I have a shop on the 50funthings.com, so it's available there.
Okay.
And I'm also going to ask you something right in front of everybody, and that's that I would like you to be my guest on a half-year hour. So I hope you'll say, you can't say no, right? Because it's just a question to the world. No, to be honest, I did ask her ahead of time. She said yes. I wouldn't put her on the spot like that.
Well, I'm like you are. I love doing these things. I mean,
I know.
We're very much extroverts, so we kind of like this whole, talking thing that we do. So yes, I would love to do that.
Okay, we'll get it on the calendar. That will be a lot of fun.
Okay, good. Well, I am so happy to have had you today and talk to you. So thank you for taking the time, and we will definitely keep up with you and see what you're doing, and give you as much support as we possibly can, because that's what Aging But Dangerous is all about, is supporting all you women out there that are trying to, make your lives better and trying to, do something to help other women. So I love it. So thank you, Teresa, so much.
Thank you, Jean.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.